Okay, so here we are. We got our images in Lightroom, and we're working in the library module. Okay. One other thing I wanted to show about the loop view. Okay, I'm gonna hit, come on, E. All right. There is a little magnifying glass that like you can zoom in. Also look here at like the navigator. Okay, I can move through here to change like how close I am or how far away or whatever. All right, so that's just one thing about the navigator. And also, as I zoom in, there's like a little bit of lag here. I don't know why. So I zoom in like that. I do get this little square over here that like lets me kind of like look around and see, like, oh, what's going on there? Okay. This is actually a weird little house on my street. The guy doesn't live there. Um, he just has like lights that come on. And one day, it's like right next to our property. One day, he came and he used to come a lot, and he would go inside. Nice enough guy. But I went over to him and I was like, hey, just if you ever want to sell it, let me know. And I peeked in like around him in the door, and like in the house, it's just all these boxes, and he was just kind of like rummaging through. It's kind of, I don't know, not trying to make anything out of it, but it's kind of a weird scene. Anyways, okay, so back to Lightroom. All right, so one of the first things you want to do again is just kind of get comfortable, look through, and we'll see down here, like this is a rating system that Lightroom has, and we'll get more into that next week because I think it's going to be more important. All right. But from here, okay, what we want to do is start breaking our images down into different collections. Okay, so I'm going to go back to grid view. And right here where it says collections, okay, so collections only exist in Lightroom. Again, Lightroom is like a catalog, okay? So our files are here, okay? It's always going to show us like where the files are. And I can move the files from in here, okay? So say I want to move these images here into here. I can do that, all right? So let's do that first. Say I have like a few folders broken down. I'm going to grab them, and I'm just going to move them, come on, until I get into that folder. This will cause move, okay? Do, 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 do. All right? So now they're all in one, okay? So now, if I want to, I can just remove that folder, okay? And now all my files, so like maybe you shoot, you're like working on the assignment and you shoot and like you bring in some one day on Lightroom and then another you go out shooting again, then you bring them back into Lightroom. Feel free to like just move them all into that one folder, okay? And it gave me that warning like, hey, you're going to move these on the disk, all right? And it's going to be whatever, permanent or what, I don't know. That's fine, okay? But when I make a collection, that just kind of exists in Lightroom, okay? So I'm going to make a collection here. I'm going to go create collection. I'm going to call this gray card, all right? And that's fine. Make new no, include, yeah, that's fine. All right. So this collection is now, oops, I had that one selected. Sorry. I'm going to remove that from the collection. Oh, remove from collection. There we go. All right. Because I want my collection, this is just my gray card. Okay. Okay, so we're going to create our gray card collection. Okay. And as you saw before, if you were accidentally selected on one, um, you could it could pop up in your collection. So one way, the easiest way to move photos to a collection, and I want us to do this for all of our different sections that we're going to make for this project. Okay, so for your gray card, All right, I'm going to select one and then select the last one. Okay, and you're going to have more. You're going to have like 18. Now, when we click and drag them, don't drag from out here. Okay, so don't drag from around the frame. Drag the image. Okay, so you got to be on the thumbnail. And did those go? No. Yes, they did. Okay, so there they are. Okay, so now the difference with the collection and the catalog, like they're still going to be in my catalog. Okay, all right, but I can break them down. I can break my catalog now down into different groups. Okay, so let's try this again. Let me show you another way. So say, for example, I do know like 1 through 16, I do know that's my frame, okay? Or however many it was. All right, so now I can add a collection. All right, collection here, don't have that checked, include selected photos. I don't need to make copies, and I'm just gonna call this frame. This is actually, I think, one of the best parts of Lightroom is this ability to like have a bunch of photographs and to break them down. Because with digital, you have so many photographs. Okay, say I did a shoot and there's like 200, or, you know, and it's like I just need to move through it. Okay, so now like last one, I'm not gonna, you know, I'll just do this quick. This is the moment, I think, or with frame. Yeah, I think it was the moment. Okay, so I'm going to click that. That is selected, so I don't want that to pop up in there again. But I'll let it, because I'll show you how to get rid of them again. Okay, so now there's one in there. I didn't want it to be there. Okay, so just right click on it. Come on, right click on it. I had to click on the outside. Remove from collection. All right, so now I'm going to go back to my catalog. And I hope you're picking up the distinction. When I have all my photos, that's the catalog, okay? Down here is a collection, all right? And I'm just gonna grab, like, oh yeah, that one goes in the moment, you know, even though it's really not. This one's the moment. Yeah, this dumpster picture is the moment. Oh, like, oh yeah, of course, these are the moment. I actually hadn't shot 35 handheld in a long time, so I was just kind of going out photographing in the street, and it's fun. You know, I like it a lot, you know, and through like my time as a photographer, I'm mostly like a large format photographer, so big cameras that like have bellows, and I'm shooting film, and it's a whole nightmare. But you know, the nice thing about it is like it is so immediate, and sometimes, you know, when I'm in a rut and I'm not like I'm not like in my studio, like things aren't happening like I want them to. In the past, I have taken breaks for like a month or so and just shot 35 millimeter, and it's really a beautiful tool. Okay, so one quick thing about the gray card, and the rest it really doesn't matter. But just before we finish with this short tutorial, notice like the arrows there, like right there. Okay, so I want your gray card part to be organized. Okay, so when you show it to me on a contact sheet, so like the first 6 photos are like, is that normal zone? Okay, so your first image should be, you know, where you and just pretend. Okay, pretend with these images. That's what this is. So my first one, just going through the list, is like when you meter the scene that you think is like an 18% gray. All right, that should be the first one here. So just click it and you can move it over. Okay, and then like your next one. Okay, so this is cancel. All right, this is, yeah, I guess build all. Why is it asking me that? Fine, thank you. This is here. Like, you know, I'm going to move these around. I'm just organizing them. So, oh, now those arrows are gone. That's kind of funny. This is like a new, slightly newer version, so kind of like, oh, that's new. Okay. I think the last time I updated it was 2018, so I just updated it. Okay, so it's easy. You can see, like, you can just like organize your photos how you want it. Okay, I'm just moving them around here. And please set that up like kind of neatly for me. So like the first 6 I see, and then the next 6 is the lighter than white or lighter than gray, and then the last 6 is the darker than gray. Okay, so next film we're just kind of going to look at making some simple adjustments and then setting up contact sheets and then the slideshow. Okay,